It was only a short time ago that we were sharing the love story of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, how they met, fell in love, got married, and had a bunch of kids.
That's right, North, Saint, Chicago, and Psalm, prayer hands. But now, sadly, we're here to talk about the big breakup. Cue the driver's license song.
And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one.
That is setting the breakup mood.
That's right, and this is Hooked Up to Hitched to Ditched.
Ouch. Eileen, it seemed like it was just like a year ago when we were talking about the relationship timeline, and now it's about the split. What happened? What are the details to the breakup?
Well, Kim Kardashian filed for divorce in February, and she has also filed for physical and joint custody of all of their 4 kids, which is interesting, right? So she's trusting Kanye to still be a big part of her children's life. And there's just been a lot of speculation at this moment as to why she wanted to divorce Kanye. Sources told Page 6 that his presidential campaign was kind of the final straw for the pair. So Kanye was recently spotted without his wedding band, which is kind of a big step. It just shows that he's also accepted that a divorce is underway, and he was also seen with the court papers. So what do you think about this, Brian?
Well, to be honest, I would have expected a messier divorce from these two. He's got such a, let's call it, big personality, but what actually ends up happening is that Kim and Kanye went to their Wyoming ranch. She obviously was the person, who wanted the divorce, but before even filing, before going to the courthouse, she met with him and they sat down and they discussed the terms ahead of time, it seems, which I think is really interesting. They're going to co-parent, they're going to have joint custody, and all the terms from the prenup are going to stay. So we're not going to see some grand court battle. There's not going to be a Kim versus Kanye, OJ Simpson trial. Yeah, I went there. Instead, it seems like they're just going to be 40-year-olds raising 4 kids together and being exes, Let's call it the Gwyneth Paltrow effect. It's the unconscious uncoupling. Or is it conscious uncoupling?
Conscious uncoupling. And I think it's a really good point that you highlighted there, Brian, was the fact that they did have a prenup in place, right? I feel like when you've got so many assets and so much money involved and 2 equally successful people, I want to point out, it is great that they already had a kind of a prenup in place. And so it seems like it makes it a bit easier to tie up those loose ends.
So there's a lot of speculation, obviously, about what went wrong, but Page 6 did learn exclusively that their marital problems will be dramatized in the final season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
I just want you to know I really appreciate you guys, each and every one of you.
So I can't help but think the timing is a little too perfect. Maybe, yes, Kim knew this was not going to be a 30, 40-year marriage, but the fact that the divorce is dropped just in time for the publicity of her, the final season of the reality show seems a little perfect, right? What do you think, Eileen?
Well, Brian, that would be a mad genius move, and it wouldn't be too shocking, right? Because there's been speculation that the Kardashians have done a lot of things for the sake of the show, but I have to be honest, my gut tells me in this one that I think the marriage just genuinely didn't work out. I mean, nothing has been confirmed as far as cheating goes, but there were rumors initially when the speculation about the divorce first came out that she might have had some sort of relationship with Van Jones. Now, what do you think about that, Brian? Doesn't that seem to align with kind of the ideas that she may have outgrown this relationship?
Totally. I think the last straw is the right phrase because obviously it wasn't the only thing that maybe, caused the breakup. I think Kanye was never totally comfortable with how large of a presence Kris Jenner looms over this family. I mean, there's the family, the core immediate family is super strong. All of their marriages haven't worked out. I think the other woman in the Kardashian Jenner clan is Kris. She's always the competition. And clearly I sound like I'm on Team Kanye here. It's been a horrific year for, Kim and Kimye. But I do think that there was a lot of rumors going on, of Kim wanting to kind of upgrade. You know, now Kim is thrice divorced, but each relationship seems to fulfill something about the Kim Kardashian business that she needs for the next step. You know, she has the hot athlete, she had the record producer, the fashion mogul, and now Van Jones, I think, fits whatever Kim is looking for next. The lawyer, maybe political minded or politically active Kim Kardashian. Maybe Van Jones is that next thing. I don't know. What do you think?
I agree. I think that Van Jones would make sense. He has spoken actually very highly of Kim himself. So he's a big fan. He said he was very impressed by her when he first met her and that they speak on a weekly basis.
How often are you in touch with her on a day-to-day basis?
A couple times a week.
Well, Eileen, before we go, let's pay our respects to the Kimye entity with a little in memoriam of our favorite moments from their relationship. I'll go. I actually have two. One was, of course, their on-air marriage proposal, Kanye popping the question on the Jumbotron at AT&T Stadium in San Francisco, "Will you marry me?" was so romantic and I think totally caught Kim by surprise. I love that almost as much as I love the Bound 2 music video where they're being very sexy on a motorcycle and Kim is perfectly blocking her ample cleavage with her arms, and it's the best.
One good girl is worth 1,000 bitches. Bam!
I personally loved when he surprised her on Valentine's Day with Kenny G, one of her favorite performers, just like singing there with like a bunch of flowers all over their home. I mean, just so romantic.
There was a room full of roses. There was probably thousands of dollars worth of roses in that room. It was crazy.
Oh yeah, and they can afford it for sure. And some people might say like, oh, that's so over the top and grandiose. But a key to a successful relationship is speaking the other person's love language. And come on, Kim loves grand, spectacular. If you know anything about Kim Kardashian, you know that. So, you know, he spoke her love language for sure. And I just thought that was such a sweet touch. So
I'm getting emotional. Her love language is Instagram, and I gave her the perfect post.
Well, Brian, you know, gather your tears because I'm sure we'll be having to do, unfortunately, a lot more of these hooked up to hitched to ditched episodes. It is Hollywood after all.